what's the fastest way to get from where you're at to your goals? Oftentimes people think it's going to be traveling from point A to point B, straight line, we're going to get there and we're going to get it done. And if you study basic math, the straight line is the shortest distance between 2 points, but it's not always the fastest way to get from point A to point B. Now, earlier this year, I was on a flight back from Vegas, and I was sitting in one seat, and by me was someone else who had been in the same conference as me, and we're just talking all excited. My wife is over here, and she was sitting there, and we're flying out of Vegas up to Seattle, and then we're going to connect from Seattle back home. But as she's sitting there, she was watching the flight, and they had the little app where it shows where the plane's flying in relationship to the straight line that they should be flying. And she was fascinated by it, and she took screenshots to show me later on because we weren't sitting next to each other. And she wanted to show me that as we were flying, we were almost never on course. That's right, almost never on course. We were flying this way, and then we zagged over here, and then over here, and then a little course correction, and back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. She was like, this is crazy. How much fuel did they waste because they didn't fly in a straight line from one to the other? But there's often a reason for all those detours. And the same thing happens in your business and in your life. Oftentimes we're like, man, I'm right here and it's not where I want to be. I want to be over there. And we look and we're like, oh, I can see really far into the distance. I can see the peak, the mountaintop that I want to be on. I can see that beautiful point. That's where I want to be in my business. And then we start and we're like, oh, I can't see a path to get from here to there. How do I do that? And there's oftentimes not a path, and there's not a direct trail that you walk. And even if there was, oftentimes you're going to have detours in life, in business, that are going to take you off the path, off the course. For example, when I'm traveling down the road, straight, fast, you stay right on that road and you get there. But we have problems. Like my kids have to use the restroom. I have to fuel up. Sometimes we have to stop and get food. And those are all detours that happen along that route. But if I didn't stop for those things, you can promise that if you don't stop for fuel, your vehicle's not going to make it there if you are running low on gas. Same thing in life. So oftentimes the fastest route to get from where you're at right now to that mountain peak that you want to be in life, in business, that goal that you're trying to achieve, it's not to be on a straight course. Don't worry about knowing every single step. So many people do. They're like, oh, if I deviate, it's going to take too long and I won't get there, and you start losing hope. But the reality is you have no idea how to get there anyway. So what you need to do is you need to start taking action. You need to start moving. You need to have momentum. And the only way to get momentum is by taking action. You have to be in motion to have momentum. If you're at rest, you're going to stay at rest, and you're going to stare at that peak and wonder, why am I not getting to that peak? And the answer is because you're not trying anything. You're simply sitting and pondering and dreaming. So if you're trying to achieve something, doesn't matter if the action is the right action or the wrong action. We have been programmed by our school system, largely in the United States, to think that there's a right answer and a wrong answer to everything because that's how it was graded in school. Oh, I didn't get that math problem right. Shoot, there was a right answer and I got it wrong. That's not quite how life works. It's not always a right or a wrong answer. There's a million different paths you could take to get to the same point. But the important thing is not whether you're taking the right one, not whether you're taking the wrong one, but taking those steps forward and then analyzing, did that take me closer to where I want to go? What do I need to adjust? How do I need to learn? What do I need to study next so I can move to the next point on my path? And you'll oftentimes only see a few steps ahead, but every time you take another step, you're going to gain further clarity and you'll get a little bit closer and a little bit closer. Even if you're walking in the wrong direction, you're getting closer in the fact that you're going to be able to course correct, and you now have all that experience that'll keep you from making those same mistakes in the future. So if you're trying to achieve something in your life, in business, whatever, personally, take action, because action is going to get you closer to that peak, to that goal, to your vision, than just sitting there and dreaming and strategizing all day long.